Five, four, three, two, one, and I believe we're live, guys. I always do the countdown because sometimes I start talking and it kind of misses that part. So sorry if you get the numbers at the beginning. So let's begin. I want to wish you guys all a good Saturday wherever you are. Where I am, it is just a few seconds before 8 o'clock. I didn't want to be late because my last few streams I was a few minutes late, and I was like, you know what, it's all about punctuality today. So hey guys, welcome to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. In this video today, we're going to be having a look at some of these are going to be upcoming cores, and some of these are going to be wish list cores, in particular for the MiSTer and the Analogue Pocket. Now I want to keep expectations in check. I only want to do games that are likely possible on the MiSTer and the Analogue Pocket. So for example, I'm not going to go, yeah, you know what guys, we want like House of the Dead 2, or we want something like Silent Scope, or I don't know, Crazy Taxi. Something that we at least kind of know can't be done on the MiSTer and as well the Analogue Pocket. So I want games from maybe late 80s, early 90s, and in some cases like late 90s. And we'll have a look at some of the games. So this game that you're seeing on screen now is a game called Hot Chase. This is a game I played in the arcade. And you know what, guys? This bugged me a lot because I didn't know what this game was called, and I was trying to find it. I was trying to find it in emulation lists. I was trying to find it in Final Burn Neo, which is what I use for the most case. But MAME has better compatibility. Now I know MAME has been updated because Video Game Esoterica has been putting out videos. I'm still stuck on version 0.260. I mainly play the older games, but I will update at some point. So in order to find the name of this game, I went onto Reddit, where there's a subreddit called Name Your Game, or like, what's that game? Something like that. And I was like, look, it's a car, you're like a silver car, there's a helicopter trying to shoot you, and there's a bomb in the car that goes off. So, you know, the movie Speed, it's pretty much the same plot, but in a car. But instead of going under a certain speed, you have to get to checkpoints. And I really liked this game. This was a great game in the arcade, but I felt no one spoke about this. So this will be an awesome addition to the MiSTer FPGA and the Analogue Pocket, or in some cases, maybe it's doable on the MiSTer FPGA and maybe not the Analogue Pocket, or vice versa. So this is Hot Chase. Let me know in chat if you know this game. Oh, wicked, Scalinio the First. I played this in Newcastle, yeah, down during a school trip back in the day. So this was, I can't actually remember where this was. This might have been on Phil's Chip Shop on Hanley Road, North London. That's where I played a lot of my gaming during my school times. And yeah, so, you know, this was one of the games that I so liked. So what I've also done, guys, is we're going to look at some MAME stuff while we're doing this. And I've got System 16 up. So System 16, it will show us what else is available on this system. So let me have a look to make sure. I did actually bring it up, but I brought up quite a lot of different tabs up here. So Hot Chase, here we go, Hot Chase. Okay, Hot Chase, there's not really a massive amount on this hardware. So if let me bring my Chrome screen up here, because you can see that. Now if I open my Chrome screen, you can see it up here. So Hot Chase, there's only one other game on this arcade hardware, and it's WEC Le Mans 24, which looks more like from the Saturn era. Again, the Le Mans game, it's not something I played, WEC Le Mans 24, but I did play Hot Chase, and Hot Chase was definitely my jam. So let's get rid of this and let's give this a quick go. So I've got MAME and I've got RetroArch set up for this. Right now this is in MAME, so we put a credit in, and I know MAME's kind of like the controls were very difficult when you're playing MAME before, but I know MAME, like in the newer revisions, it's kind of got the controls sorted to some extent. But this was really good in the arcade. I mean, look at that intro, everything just blows up. It looks really good. Now I know when Hotego all right, how do I change gear? Here we go. So I remember when Hotego did Outrun, and even in my interview with Hotego, where he mentioned like Outrun was something that gave him a lot of difficulty. And I don't know if something like this would be difficult to get on the current generation of FPGA consoles. I would hope that it's something that we can get, but it's something that I wanted to kind of feature because I did play it in the arcade, and I have that nostalgia for the arcade. So there's a whole heap of games that we can play. Guys, feel free to hit me with your special games that you would like to see on FPGA gaming. So we kind of start with some of the road games, the roadman games, as I like to call it, but it's not exactly roadman. But let's go. So Chase HQ. Chase HQ was another good game. And while we look at the there are known problems with this game. So there are known problems on MAME with this. Okay, so I thought that low high was part of the game, but that seems to be like an overlay that you can see in like the bottom right corner of the screen. Now Chase HQ was a good game, but let me just have a look at Chrome again, because I've got the hardware kind of up for this. And where is it? I've got quite a few tabs open, but hey, at least you're not seeing everything I'm seeing, and I've kind of got it in the background. No, okay. Always happens to be the last one that I will open. So I am closing the ones once I'm done with it though. Maybe it would have been better just to have Google open. Right, so have a look at Chase HQ. Chase HQ was good. It's not something I played so much in the arcade as opposed to playing this on like home systems. So Chase HQ was out for a lot of systems. So let me bring it up on screen. Let me bring up Chrome on screen, and we can now have a look at this. So it's the Taito Z system hardware, and it's a whole bunch of other games available on this as well. We've got Aquajack, Battle Shark, Chase HQ. We'll go down a bit. So okay, Aquajack looks like Chase HQ on water. Then we've got Battle Shark, looks like a, I don't know, a submarine game, right, with some crosses. Don't know if it was a light gun game. Chase HQ, the game that we're kind of featuring here, it was a well-known game. Then we've got Continental Circus. Then we've got a game called Double Axle. Okay, Monster Trucks. My kids will like that game. Then we've got Enforce. A game called Night Striker, not Night Stalker. That's something we're going to look at. That was Night Slasher. Sorry. We've got a game called Racing Beat. We've got a game called Space Gun. I remember seeing Space Gun actually. I'm pretty sure that was a light gun game. Hey, this was a big one. Special Criminal Investigation, and we'll have a look at that in just a second. That's a fantastic game, and that's the last one there. So I'm gonna let's leave that tab open for now, and let me close this. So Chase HQ. So Chase HQ, fantastic game from what I recall. Let's put in a coin and let's see what it does. Again, I really used to like this intro screen. Thought it was really good. Big Run, one of my favorite arcade races. Scalino, we can have a look at that. Hopefully it will run on MAME. Yo, Kerman, how you doing? Ken R, everyone in the house. Nate and Trail, hope you're doing well. I really like what you posted in the art section of the Discord, dude. It was superb, really superb. What's going on here? What's the button to go forward? That's break. Okay. Hey, okay, so the previous game, Hot Chase, the triggers were to go forward. Oh, that was my turbo, right. Okay, so the buttons are different. I was hoping there was like a universal thing. Okay, now I have to say, even though I'm playing this on MAME, this kind of feels good. Like I'm not very familiar with the arcade version of Chase HQ, as I mainly played it on, like, to be honest, I played this more on the Commodore 64 than any other machine out there. But you know what? This actually feels really good, and I can understand why people really like the arcade. I kind of more went into this for the sequel, Special Criminal Investigation, which is fantastic. Like the arcade game, it was like a racing game where you're cops and you had guns, and we'll look at that in just a second. But I have to say, I'm definitely having a lot of fun playing this. Let me use my turbo and let's see if we can get to that bad guy. It kind of controls are kind of feeling good. Look at that, the way he kind of pops out the side and just puts that street that police siren up. Very kind of Dirty Harry, or very kind of movie kind of esque. Oh wow, something or someone flew out there. But again, really good. Now I love like the graphics at the end of the races. You know, they were, remember back then you were very fascinated by graphics. Now we're kind of spoiled, right? But you know, one of the things about completing games on your Master System, your NES, your Mega Drive, was seeing that ending screen, seeing the artwork, you know, the effort the developers went to in order to get you those screens at the end. And you know, when you looked at those, you thought it was something special. You didn't have like a mobile phone, so you couldn't capture the moment unless you were, you know, you had a camera with a film in it. You took a picture of it and then you got it developed, and your parents would tell you off saying, you know, each picture costs money. Why have you got a picture of the ending to Alex Kidd in Miracle World? You know, you can't explain to them that this was a behemoth achievement for you. It took you a long time to complete it, and I'm done. I didn't get the guide. Yeah, MAME runs well, man. MAME runs well. But let's now go Special Criminal Investigation. Here we go, special criminal investigation. So let's give this a little launch. And so this was really, really good. And I like what MAME's done there in the bottom corner. Now there's probably better updates to MAME. There's probably, but like MAME's always improving. And a big shout to the guys behind MAME. The main one that I kind of know that I follow on Twitter is David Hayes, or MAME Hayes. Now MAME, when I first got into MAME was when I had a modded original Xbox, and a friend of mine that modded it for me, he put MAME on there, and guys, like, I was blown away by it. It was like, wow. I remember I took time off work just to play the damn thing, man. That's all I did for 2 weeks, you know. I just played it. I was amazed by it. That was like my first proper experience into, you know, I've got lots and lots of emulation. And yeah, MAME is a fantastic resource. Now, the games that I know really, really well, they run better for me on FPGA, but I can't really, you know, I can't speak badly of emulation. It's all very, very important. There's different things, different, all right, okay, the beginning for this is really good. I don't want to push start button. I just want to have a look at the opening, but here we go. But again, it looks really, really good. And I really used to like this screen. Like this for me in the arcade, the policewoman saying, that's who you're getting, that's who you're getting. And I really hope I can do the first level in this one, because the first level is fantastic. Now, I'm hoping it's the same buttons. It is the same button to accelerate. Let's see if it's the same button. Okay, so it's got the same controls as Chase HQ. But now at some point I'll need to figure out what my head gun button is. Okay, that's terrible. I'm doing terribly here. I'm definitely not going to do the first level. But again, this was mind-blowing in the arcade, you know, just to see this, to play this. Yeah, Chase HQ definitely feels like it's got better controls, at least as far as playing on this controller, on this 8-bit though Ultimate USB-C controller. Very, very good controller, guys. I can't recommend like the recent 8-bit though controllers enough. I bought the Ultimate USB-C kind of revision 2 with Hall effect sticks. It's got Bluetooth as well as, I remember that rain part in the arcade. It looked amazing. So it's got Hall effect sticks. Is there a button? Oh, here we go. Okay, that's the shooting button. That was fantastic. So it's got Hall effect sticks. It's got, okay, let's see if we can get him. Hall effect sticks is Bluetooth and it's 2.4 gigahertz. So essentially, I could pair it to my Analogue Pocket and the MiSTer and just kind of have that one controller to rule them all. But I feel because it's got Hall effect sticks, I might end up giving it to my kids, because somehow these guys always get drift. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what I honestly have no idea how they damage controllers. I might post a picture of one of the Xbox controllers. The whole thing is falling apart. And one of my kids, honestly, I feed my kids, but somehow he's decided to eat the rubber that's on top of, you know, the joypad, the Xbox One controller, the analog sticks, they got like a rubber thing on top. The guy's, I can only think that he's eating it off, and all it is plastic now. I'm like, why'd you do that? But he did it right. Hopefully I can do it. Now see, this was a big jump up from Chase HQ, because look, you've got oh man, I so want to do this level. And you're shooting. I want to put another credit in. Hopefully it'll let me continue exactly from here. Let me continue. Yeah, I can. Okay, so let's now go low, high. Woo, woo. It's just, oh no, but look at that. The damage is gone. I was hoping it just let me kind of do it. Right, so there's something above me. Is it going to give me that bazooka? Come on, because essentially I've put money in here, man. Okay, did I get anything? I want to do this level only to see, you know, when you pull the guy out of the car, the way he looks, it just looked fantastic. So I've got 30 seconds. Hopefully I can do it. And then we'll look at, just remind me what game it was again, in case it's kind of disappeared in chat. Was it Big Something? Someone mentioned in chat, Scalino, your game. Just mention it again, put it in chat in block capitals, and what we'll do is we'll look at that one next before we kind of move on to other stuff. But guys, the MiSTer and the Analogue Pocket have so much life left in there. I'm looking forward to like the next generation of FPGA consoles, especially like the Replay 2. That's the one that I believe will do well. Hopefully we'll get a MiSTer 2. But oh man, I can't believe I did do it. Wicked. Yeah, but this has got enough life left in it. Look at that. Look at the graphics there, man. Wicked. Wicked. Oh, Big Run. Big Run. Okay, I think you put Bid Run there, but I'm pretty sure it's Big Run. But look how good that looked, man. It just looks really, really good. So let's now go and do Big Run. I may go to RetroArch at some point, because Stuff like CPS3, I don't have like the CHD files or whatever additional files that you need. So on Final Burn Neo, they just kind of run. You use the no CD version. Okay, this kind of looks good, man. This looks really, really good. So hey guys, just want to say welcome to the stream. Really funny. I wanted to do, okay, so a friend of mine, Phil, has really been helping me with kind of like getting like a whole bunch of PlayStation games that are like underground hits, lesser known games, niche games. So what's happened is during the Black Friday sale, I treated myself to a 1.5 terabyte SD card. It was like £80. So what I did yesterday is I cloned my SD card and I put it on the 1.5 terabyte. But what happened with the MiSTer was when it cloned over to the 1.5 terabyte, what I forgot was it's going to clone it and it's also going to clone the limit of the SD card. So it turned a 1.5 terabyte SD card into a 512 SD card. And what I couldn't do was then kind of merge the drive, take the extra storage and add it to that drive. So I had to format that. So what I'm doing is I'm using the script, the MiSTer SD card, or the merger script, I think it's called. And I just said for it to do it everything. So that's copying 400 gigs over from my 512 card or 400 plus gig to my 1.5. But once I've got that, I've got like 100 gig of PlayStation 1 game support in there. And I intend to do another developer showcase stream, but this time just looking at the PlayStation Core by Robert Pape. So that's why, no MiSTer stream today. I was thinking about doing an Analogue Pocket one, but then I was like, let's just have a look at games that we want to see. So we'll do this one as a last driving game. And Scalinio, thank you for that. Yo, SNK Kev in the house, my bro. Okay, so this one on MAME, it's shoulders to accelerate. And again, wow, okay, let's try and change gear. Okay, so this one, B, is to change gear. So the buttons are very, very different where they are. Now, the thing I'm not the biggest fan of in MAME is I'm not always going to change the buttons. If I'm playing a game with a horrible layout, I just can't be bothered going into that menu and doing it. Now, if I was playing it myself just for fun, I'd definitely do it. Hey. Now, if I was to crash somewhere, that is where I want to crash. And if my wife is watching downstairs, I'm only joking, honey. I would never like to crash into a billboard of that nature. Right, okay, let's go high gear. Yes, Glenio, this is decent, man. I never played this though. I've never played this before. So as to whether this could come to this current generation of FPGA consoles, I don't know. I'm not a developer. I'm just your layman guy. I do know Outrun gave Hotego difficulties. It was definitely something that he mentioned wasn't the easiest core to kind of bring over. Do we have like oh, look at that, so close to goal. Right, let's have a look at some other stuff as well. What we can do, in fact, without showing you the page. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the other stuff that's on this hardware that isn't an actual racing game. Oh, the others are going to be gun games. So let's have a look at, oh, what's this? Enforce. Okay, all right, maybe we're going to move away from this hardware. Let me just close this down. So next up, let's now have a look at some Toplan version 2. So there's a game called Knuckle Bash that I kind of like the look of, and I think that's a good game, and I think that's a good game for us to have a look at. So let's have a look at Knuckle Bash. Empty space. What's the restart? I just saw empty space there. What do you mean by that? Okay, so here we go, Knuckle Bash. Now this is really interesting because you've got like a Fonzie kind of guy in here. Sorry, not Fonzie, Elvis-y kind of looking guy. So, all right, let's have a look at some of the chat. Will you ever do a stream using the Steam Deck? Okay, here's a bit of trivia for you, SNK Kev. So there was a time where I was sleeping downstairs on the sofa. Now, contrary to whatever anyone else thinks, it's not because I had an argument with my wife, even though I will say that has happened. But on the occasions I was streaming, that wasn't the case. I think it's usually one of my younger kids would have been a little bit unwell, so it's like, I want to sleep in mummy's bed. So, being a good dad I am, I was like, cool, I'll sleep downstairs. When I slept downstairs, I did actually stream from my Steam Deck. So directly from my Steam Deck, I plugged in a mic. I was able to stream there. Now it's a bit uncomfortable because right now I've got two screens. I've got two screens. When I'm streaming on like the MiSTer, I've got 3 screens that I'm looking at. In fact, I'm going to have 4 screens soon, as soon as I get the adapter that lets my PVM run. So I've got a lot of screens. When I'm doing it on the Steam Deck, everything's on one screen and I have to use my phone to look at chat, and I miss a lot of the chat. So I've got a better device. I've got a GPD Win Max 2, which I think is really, really good. I use that for when I do live streams, and I do some live streams on handhelds. It's actually a lot of fun. Like, one of the things of streaming in bed is just, it's amazing. Like, I'm live streaming in bed. I even bought one of those things that goes on the headboard and you can put it there with a twisty neck and kind of like have a look at chat and everything. So I can kind of have a look at the chat. So yeah, it's definitely interesting stuff out there. So yeah, man, I've done it from the Steam Deck, but the Steam Deck only lets me do like 720p or 800p if I'm doing 16:10 aspect ratio. So I tend to use different machines to get that 1080p resolution. Eventually I will go up to 4K, but at the moment for the retro stuff, I think 1080p is ample. Daniel Cortez, yes, so I do have a MiSTer Pi, and in fact, you know, I can easily, or I can say this. So Taki Ulon sent out a bunch of review units, and I was fortunate enough to get one. I did offer to pay for it, but Taki was like, no, I'm happy to give you a review unit, no strings attached. I test it and I give my view on it, exactly my view, you know, no censorship, nothing there. And you know what? All the other people got their one on a Tuesday and I got mine on a Monday. So I remember when I got it on a Monday, I was back from work, man. I was tired. I was really tired, in fact, because I'd not been sleeping much the nights before. And I remember it was a Monday, it was my last day shift. Tuesday, I was going over to night shift. So I remember doing that live stream. And in fact, it was the most popular live stream on this channel. I think it got around 200 concurrent viewers. Like right now, for example, we're on 30 concurrent viewers. So just a bit of a difference in how much interest there was on there. But what I was really happy to say, that I was the first independent person or the first independent reviewer to get hold of the MiSTer Pi. I got it a day before Video Game Esoterica. I got it a day before anyone else that was kind of reviewing it. So I thought that was really, really good. It was a nice thing to have. And I still remember by the end of doing that 2 hours or whatever that stream was, man, I was knackered. I think I was even like falling asleep like during the end of the stream. But it was a milestone moment for the channel, so I wanted to do that. So guys, I'm not going to play everything. I love chatting with you guys. So we've had a look at Knuckle Bash, and let's see what else is on that hardware. Okay, so we'll have a look at some of the games. Okay, there's not really too much else that I am interested in here. So we're going to move on to some other hardware. So okay, so right, okay, here I've got an idea for a next one. So let's now move over to the next one. Let me bring that down. And this is a classic, and this is something that is in the making. This is something that Hotego is working on. It will come out at some point. Not sure exactly when, but it's definitely something that's on Hotego's radar. And it's something that we should expect at some point. And this is Rainbow Islands. Now, I'm extremely happy with the Amiga version. I like playing the Amiga version, and this game's got such a refreshing soundtrack, man, especially like the first level. It's just amazing, or the first world. Now, this is one where you go up vertically. If you spend too long, a flood comes. It just really, really is a good game. It's a happy time game, and it'll be amazing to get the arcade core, because in most cases, I always say the arcade version of games is superior. There are some games where I would say that, okay, the home console or the home computer version is better. And, you know, there's an argument, not really an argument, but I've got a lot of friends that say that the home version of Rodland, for example, which is a Jalico Mega System 1 game, I think, is a lot better than the arcade. To be honest, I've played both. I think both are fantastic. Yeah, Rainbow Islands is something, yeah, I'd love to have the arcade version of it. We've got good versions. The PC Engine CD version is really, really good. We can play that on our Analogue Pocket or our MiSTers, in fact. You know, courtesy of who done the PC Engine CD core? I think it was SRG 320. A big shout out to David as well. I forgot their last name, man. It's just kind of slipped out of my head. David something. If anyone can remember, just put it in chat. Wow, man, can't believe I've forgotten his name. I've forgotten his last name. You know, I always see him on Twitter over on the different Discords or the MiSTer FPGA Discord. Oh man, it's really bugging me now. David something. So anyway, SRG 320, David, who kind of maintains the core, and as well as that, Mazamar's ported it over to the Analogue Pocket. So we've got a good way of playing Rainbow Islands already. But yeah, that's a great game. But a good thing about Rainbow Islands is the hardware. We've already got Rastan. We've got Rastan. I love the soundtrack for this. So we've got Rastan, but other games that this will bring is obviously Rainbow Islands and Rainbow Islands Extra Edition. But there is a classic here as well. And let's now have a look at that classic. And that classic will be, and I always say it whenever we talk about this game, okay, hopefully it works to a decent degree. I'm not going to play it. I'm going to run into a track mode, but that's interesting. Look, I'm moving the analog stick and it's moving the crosshair around, so that's a good way of playing it. I mean, it's really bugging me, man. Someone tell me David's last name, man. What's his? David Shadoff. That's it, David Shadoff. Wow, so glad I got that. David Shadoff. When we're talking about the PC Engine stuff, you know, awesome guy, very, very nice guy. But yeah, Operation Wolf, I completed this on the Commodore 64 on a joystick, man. I completed it on a joystick. It was one of my biggest achievements in gaming and one of my biggest achievements for Commodore 64 gaming and just gaming in general. It was fantastic. Now, Operation Wolf was wicked, and I still remember seeing this in the arcade. It was in the same arcade which had Special Criminal Investigation, which we had a look at earlier. So yeah, it's a darn good game, man. And this is something that, you know, when it comes to the MiSTer, and hopefully it will come to the MiSTer, it's a light gun game, and I'm really happy. Like my friend that gave me the PVM, I've got to give what is it, Grumpy Old Gamer UK a shout out as well, because I needed to buy a Mike Simone kind of adapter that lets me go from VGA to S video, and I was about to buy one, and he said, "Oh, I'm not using mine. Let me see if I can find it." And he did find it, and he's sending it out to me, man. So really, really awesome of him. So I'm looking forward to that. And I know my PVM's small, but I'll play a light gun on it if I can, man. I mean, I'm so happy I've got a CRT, and I've actually got space for a CRT now, like on my desk. Not the prettiest looking setup I've got. I've got like my laptop, I've got my PVM, and then I've got a screen on top of the PVM, and on the right, I've got a screen mounted to the wall. At some point, I do want to buy an OLED screen as well. But guys, Operation Wolf, banger of a game, man. I played this on the Atari ST as well. Now, these games, when you play these with a mouse, so for example, if this gets a MiSTer release and you want to play it, you don't have a light gun, for example, you know, I feel like these games play well on a mouse. I feel like they play well on a mouse. The most fun you're going to have is with a light gun. That by the way, that picture of the guy was just epic. I remember seeing that in adverts and seeing it around. It just looks so darn good. But let's see. Let's move over to maybe some other hardware. So okay, yeah, there's not really much on here. Rastan is on this hardware, which is known as the Tato 68,000 based hardware. So we've got Rastan. Hopefully, Rainbow Islands and Operation Wolf is something that will come. Now, here's something that might be coming out. So Hatego recently put out a tweet talking about a mystery game that's going to come out hopefully around the 5th of January. And that game is, well, we don't know what that game is. And I thought to myself, do you know what? I'm gonna take a guess. Okay, I want to get Turtles in Time, man. Hopefully it will show up in that list somewhere. Come on. No, okay. Ah, Turtles in Time. Okay, cool. So I'm looking forward to this because I played this on the Super Nintendo. It's a very, very fun game, especially like the 3D effect when you launch them out of the screen. So, you know, when Hatego said that he's going to do a mystery, you know, an arcade game that he hasn't revealed yet. It's going to be a 90s arcade game, and it's going to be one that he chose. If it's one that he's chosen, it may not be this one. I've just kind of put this out there that I think it might be this. Again, it's nothing there, but this is something that likely we are going to see on the MiSTer, the Analogue Pocket, possibly even like the CD or the CD128 in the very, very near future. And hey, who doesn't like Turtles? I really like the original Turtles. I have a lot of nostalgia for it, but that's one game with very, very poor, like the hit detection in that is just terrible. It just feels so off. I think it's better in the second one, and I think on the console it had better hit detection in the arcade. I could be wrong. But yeah, I think on the home console versions it had better hit detection than the arcade. Yo, who's that average blue collar dude? Okay, I think I remember that name. So thank you for dropping by again to the streams. I really do like doing the streams, and it is just literally to come and hang out and chat with you guys, man. This is how I spend my Saturday night. This is what happens when you just kind of nerd out. So, oh, what's this? Nature is saying, just got 2 8-bit though PC Engine pads. Wow, they are super nice for PC Engine NES. They are. I've got one. I've got the 8-bit though one. So funny story, I bought it from CEX. If anyone's unaware what CEX are, CEX are like a store that trade in stuff, computer entertainment related. So you can get video games and stuff from this. So they had it listed, and it was the cheapest place to get it. And Spitfire RAF 100, good evening to you as well. So they had it listed. It was reasonably priced, like I think it was £17.50, £20 delivered. I thought, let me take a chance there. It could have been a PC Engine one, or it could have been a Turbo Graphics one. Now I had a PC Engine, the Japanese one, and I really wanted that one, but instead I got the Turbo Graphics one. But I have to say, a subscriber of the channel and someone who I consider a friend, really nice guy, he first reached out to me and he said, look, I know you're talking about this console. I think it was the Analogue SG or the Super NT. And he said, I know you don't have one, but if you ever want footage captured, I can do it for you and send it to you. And I said, look, really, really polite of you. I prefer capturing my own footage, but I may take you up on that. But the guy was really, really nice. I got talking to him and he was going to Japan, and he said to me, look, if you want anything, I'll get it for you. So I ended up buying some controllers for him, but he was so nice. He actually gifted me a couple of controllers. So I think I got an original PC Engine controller, and you know what? I'm so bad. I haven't even tried them yet. They're in my cupboard. I've got a lot of stuff I need to do. So I've got a PC Engine controller, a SNES controller, a Master System, like a white limited edition kind of controller, as well as a Sega Saturn controller. So a big shout out to him, man. There's a series of numbers that I never remember. Really nice guy. Doesn't want to be mentioned or brought out in social media, so I respect that. Yo, Alan D in the house, man. Right, okay, let's have a look at some of your games now as well. So I'm kind of seeing, oh, what's this? I haven't played this myself, but I've seen VGE cover this game. Oh, okay, cool, man. Yeah, VGE is awesome, man. Like, seriously, when I say that guy is good people, he is damn good people, man. Like, I've got a lot of love for that guy, man. That guy's been super helpful to me whenever I needed help. And, you know, I really do like the guy. He's a very, very nice guy. Now, someone said Afterburner. Let's go Afterburner. Do you know what? I know you want the arcade core. Now, I don't know how much different the arcade version is to the one on the Saturn, but the Saturn has a really good version of Afterburner. At least to me, it feels absolutely superb. So, yeah, man, that might be worth checking out. If you haven't checked out the Sega Saturn version of Afterburner, wow, 1987. Guys, you know what I've got to say? Afterburner for 1987 just definitely seems way ahead for its time. It just looks amazing. I can't believe how good it looks. Like, in my head, that's a 90s game. The way like, what were they called? The super scaler games. The way everything scales and moves around, it just looks amazing. I can't believe that this is from 1987, man. Like, wow. Like, seriously, wow. Now, I'm going to take a short little, going to be quiet for a second. Maybe you can give your ears a rest. I'm going to take a sip of this drink. Ah, that was really nice. So, confession here, I'm not the biggest fan of, like, these. I liked them. I didn't love them like other people. So when we're talking about like Afterburner and Space Harrier, they weren't exactly my games. Now, I'm not criticizing the games. I think they're great games. They just I never got hooked on them like other people. I definitely liked them as a kid and I thought they were amazing, but I never ever played them like crazy the way other people did. So, but you know what? I'm happy for them to come over. I'm happy for them to give, I'm happy to give it a try. I know a lot of people like Outrun. I like Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast. That's the Outrun that I play. The original Outrun, yeah, I like it, but I don't have the love for it that many other people do. Right, Airwolf Arcade. I don't even know Airwolf Arcade, but let's have a look at Airwolf. I really hope, oh, here we go, Airwolf. Now, I really do hope there's, you know, if it does the theme tune, and I hope I don't get a copyright strike. If not, I'm going to blame you, whoever you are that said Airwolf Arcade. Respergu, okay. Oh, here we go, okay. You know, I vaguely remember this, you know. Was Airwolf Arcade out for a home computer as well? it rings a bell, and we're just thinking, wow, look at that loop, the loop, man, the different patterns. So hopefully I won't give it a copyright strike, but the Airwolf soundtrack is one of the best soundtracks you can ever hear, right? Wicked, wicked show. Who remembers, like, so when you had Airwolf, you had Knight Rider, right? You had like the good Airwolf, you had like the bad Airwolf. So you had the same helicopter, but the bad version. It was like when you watched Knight Rider, you had Knight Rider, you had Kit, and you had Evil Kit. Those episodes were so epic, man. Like back then, the shows were just wicked. When I watch them now, maybe some of them haven't dated that well. What are we watching most recently? Oh, Cobra Kai, man. If you've not watched Cobra Kai, I really, really do like the latest 5 episodes that came out. I really think it is cheesy, the way everything works, but I think it captures that, you know, 80s vibe so darn well, man. It just, you know, makes me feel like a kid again when I'm watching that stuff. It gets the blood going, man. It just gets me pumped for sure. Like, absolutely love it. If you haven't watched Cobra Kai, you need to watch Cobra Kai. Oh, Alan D said Paperboy. Alan, do we not have a Paperboy core? I'm not the fan of Paperboy in the same manner that you are, buddy. So it's not something that I checked. There was a time that I liked Paperboy, either on like the Atari or more likely the Commodore 64. And oh, okay, I think that's what I'm thinking. I'm maybe thinking the different N64 version that we played, and as well as that we played the one on the Commodore 64, didn't we, Al? On was it Marcus? What's his name? Oh, Marcus. Was it Marcus Kuhn? Marcus Kuhn that done the C64, the wrap of his emulator on there, and we played Paperboy on there. Okay, I have to say Paperboy Arcade looks good. So the animation, the colors are very, very crisp. Now, I never played this in the arcade. This was always more a computer game for me, and that's what it is. But I have to say, the arcade graphics look fantastic. They look really, really good. And oh, okay, so P47, yeah, we can okay. Oh, is that the game you're saying it reminds me of? Okay, quite possibly. P47's a later arcade game, isn't it? So we've definitely got that. Let me have a look at what's the last arcade hardware we were looking at. Okay, so we were looking at Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 arcade hardware. We've got Sunset Riders already, that's on there. I think Roller Games, have we got that, or is that something that's upcoming? Honestly, I can't keep up with a lot of the games that are available. We've got stuff like Parodius Star. I'll just I'll bring up Chrome just for a second so you guys can see it as well. So this is the game. This is on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 hardware. And yeah, we've got Surprise Attack, Sunset Riders, which we've already got. Surprise Attack will be an interesting one. Parodius Star, we've already got. Golfing Greats, Detana, Twinbee, Come Twinbee, so a new version of that. But let's now have a look at Surprise Attack. And Surprise Attack is an interesting game. And the reason that I say it's an interesting game, guys, is because, so let's go Surprise Attack. I'm not the biggest fan of it because I think it's a little bit too. You don't have the bounce mechanic that you have in Shinobi and Shadow Dancer. So in Shinobi and Shadow Dancer, when you kind of bump into an enemy, it bounces you back. It's almost good. You can almost use it as a strategy to get to certain parts of the game, and you just kind of get used to it. This one here, this game is brutal, man. It's got some interesting parts where it goes upside down with different gravity, but honestly, like as a fan of Shinobi and Shadow Dancer, I don't like this game, man. Yeah, I want an FPGA core of it because it's similar to that, and maybe I will play it. But I think I played it on the Switch recently under like Arcade Archives or whatever, and yeah, I didn't get along with this game, man. There's just, I don't know, it just doesn't click with me. But this is on the hardware, guys. But just to let you know, I'm also playing now on Windows. For gaming, generally full screen is a lot better than playing it in windowed mode. But MAME acts really, really weird when I play it in full screen. It kind of just gets locked down, and I can't like move my mouse or anything until I either press the Windows key and minimize MAME. So it's better to run it in a window. But you might see some screen tearing in some of the stuff. That's likely because I've got VSync switched off, because VSync adds a degree of latency, and as we know, like MAME has some lag. I can play a lot of games that I feel are fine on there, but there's a lot of games. There's a lot of games on MAME, especially fighters that I feel. Definitely you can feel the lag on there. I prefer Final Burn Alpha with like run ahead on. Fightcade uses it's not Final Burn Alpha, sorry, Final Burn Neo, which I think is really, really good. But as you can see, the way he does the jumps here, it reminds you of like Shinobi and Shadow Dancer, especially Shadow Dancer, where you hop up a fence and you do that stuff. Like it looks like a great game, but man, one hit, they touch you, you're dead. Like you are more glassy than that glass screen that's in front of that guy there. But let's now move on to another piece of arcade hardware. And all right, so we done kind of Rainbow Islands, didn't we? So let's go back to, actually no, we'll come back to that after. There's something else that I had in mind, and it's a big system that we're going to look at, which is, oh, okay, so I want to look at one game here, and what we'll do is let's go here, and hopefully we can get that game, and this is a system with lots and lots of games on there. So no, that's not that. What's it called? Oh, there's a lot of stuff on the Gladiator, isn't there? I think it's called like Gladiator. Is it called Road to Victory, or is it called The Gladiator? Let me have a look 1 second. Is this the one? Yeah, this is it. Okay, wow, it's a 2003 game. Wow, that's modern. So a couple of years back, I think, or back a year and something ago, Hotego did a poll. Oh, okay, so let's just pick one bias and hope for the best. So Hotego did a poll over on his Patreon where he asked CPS3 or, IGS PGM, CPS3 1. That's the one, yeah, it's the Gladiator. Thanks, Alex. I did actually, I found it, but do appreciate that and all your input. Yeah, it was that. I was looking for Gladiator. So, yeah, this game is fantastic. This is one of the best brawlers I've played today. It is amazing. Guys, I want to turn the sound out a bit because sound kind of differentiates between different games. But again, everything about this game is bliss. Like, I really, really like it because, yeah, PGM is my top wanted system. Yeah, Alex, this game hands down is one of the best brawlers I ever played. Now I never played it in the arcade, but honestly at the time this game came out, I wasn't really frequenting the arcades, so I kind of would have missed it. And when I played it on like emulation or even a really bad collection that was released for the Switch, and a big shout out to a channel and a subscriber, actually one of the biggest supporters of the channel as far as like channel membership, Patreon, and just support all around, is Random Gaming Moments. He's got a YouTube channel where he outputs a lot of games. Every time he plays a game, I think it ends up on YouTube. But a really nice guy. I was talking about this game that I'm considering getting it, and the next thing I know, the guy just goes, look, I bought it for you and sent you a code. And I was like, oh dude, man, that's too kind. I likely would have bought it when it was on sale. Unfortunately, it wasn't that great on the Switch, and if you want to play PGM, I'd recommend playing it via Final Burn, Neo, or MAME. Now remember, MAME is more accurate. Final Burn Neo, from what I understand, is built on MAME, but the focus is more on speed, where MAME's focus is more on accuracy. So everything has its pluses and minuses. I recommend to everyone to play Fightcade. Fightcade is just absolutely fantastic. If you want to play, stuff on online, you want to play even this game online, especially if you've got a friend. If you've got a friend and you're like, you know what, we can play games together, then yeah, get Fightcade, man, it's fantastic. But let me bring up Chrome quickly so you can see PGM. So Polygame Master, PGM hardware. Guys, there's a whole bunch of games on here. So we're not going to look at the list. We're going to go down and look at all the games here. So we've got Demon Front, like Metal Slug. We've got a game here called, Dodonpachi 2. It's called B-Storm. And people absolutely love the Dodonpachi games. They're regarded some of the best shmups out there ever. So yeah, getting an IGS or PGM core seriously will be golden, because it's just, doing this system, it's doing something like CPS2 or CPS1, where you open up a whole bunch of games by doing this system. Again, more Dodonpachi. Forgive me as I'm not too familiar with a lot of shmups, like I like them, but I don't know them like I know fighters, for example. So you got this game here, Dragon World 2001. Looks like a Mahjong game. Not interested in that. Not interested in Dragon World 3 either. Dragon World 3 EX, you can stay in Dragon World. Not interested. However, I do appreciate the title screen here. I think I've hidden my cursor. So you won't see my cursor. Again, more Dragon World, more Mahjong. A whole bunch of games on here that I want one. Then we've got like Escalado. I think this came out for like the Xbox 360 on Xbox Live Arcade. Happy 6-in-1. Almost sounds like, you know, the title of my sex tape. Ketsui, okay, another shmup here. Knights of Valor, that's a decent game as well. A good brawler, Knights of Valor 2. Again, just good stuff here. Knights of Valor 2 Plus. What else have we got? Now, some of these might be on a more advanced system of IGS. I think there was a few games on there. So Knights of Valor Plus. Yeah, Knights of Valor in Three Kingdoms. Let's now go over to page 2, what I'm going to do here. And what we're looking at the rest of the games here. So, right, okay, Knights of Valor Superheroes. As you can see, this is a big system. If we were to get a call for this, it really would be amazing. And this guy in the center of your screen now kind of reminds me of Doctor Strange, even though it's not. Martial Masters, I saw someone mention that in chat. That's a really good game. So a friend of mine, if anyone knows the UK Street Fighter scene, it's a guy called ATB555. Really nice guy. Have known him for a long time. Very, very good friend. He told me about this game. He was like, look, man, you got to check this game out. And he put me onto this game, and this is really, really a good game. And it's a game that I would look forward to playing should we get an FPGA core. Currently, you can play this on Fightcade. People do play it on there. I don't really know how to play this game. It's quite a toughish type of game. And then we've got Oriental Legend, built on, well, yeah, built on like folklore and like tales. Again, Oriental Legend Special. Can't really tell you what the differences are. Oriental Legend Special Plus, maybe extra characters, maybe extra stages, I don't know. Photo Y2K, real or fake. And wow, still going, Photo Y2K, real or fake 2. And Puzzle Star, we've got a puzzle game, and that looks really, really interesting, Puzzle Star, I have to say. And then we've got Puzzly 2. This is a big system. Then we've got SVG, Spectral versus Generation, and that looks very, very new. I imagine if that was to come on the current gen of FPGA gaming devices, it would be quite strenuous, to say. The Gladiator Road of the Sword, and that's what we were looking at on screen. It really, really is one of the best brawlers you can play. It really is that good. The Killing Blade, honestly, I'm really thinking to myself, when's it going to end? The Killing Blade 2. Okay, so that is ending there. So, as you can see, guys, there is a whole bunch of games on this system. What we can do is we can have a look at some of the other games on this system. Let's have a look at like what Metal Slug was at one point. And let's have a look at, was it Demon Front? Demon Front. Okay, so we'll go Demon Front. Is it one word, Demon Front? Am I? Okay, have I completely got the wrong game? No, Demon Front. Okay, why couldn't I see it? Sorry, guys, I'm blind sometimes, so I may just have been missing it. So, oh, here we go. Sorry, it was there. My bad. Okay, we're going to go on BIOS version 2 because that's the one that's automatically highlighted. Demon Front is the Metal Slug clone. It is, but what come out first? I can't remember the years or anything there. But yeah, you like Metal Slug, you'll like this. So wow, okay. Let's see kind of like what happens here. So yeah, good time. So guys, like the current generation of FPGA consoles, is like maybe not everything we're showing here can come out for it, but a lot of arcade games can come out for it. I remember with my interview with Weka Waka, the excellent developer behind, I mostly know him for like the IRM stuff, the IRM 72, the 92, most recently the IRM 90. He's awesome, and when we were talking about MiSTer and you know what else is left, he was like, look, there is so much arcade stuff that's not done. So you know, even if there was a newer line of FPGAs coming out and people are like, yeah, we want newer, we want better, there's still so much stuff that can be done on the MiSTer. You know, let's face it, we like our retro game consoles. For me, the 16-bit era was the golden era, right? You know, I like the 8-bit era as well. And after the 16-bit to 32 era, yes, I liked it, but 16-bit is where I was when it was all happening. when I was in the arcades. Obviously, the arcade machines were more powerful in and of themselves. But yeah, so I like that stuff. There's so much stuff out there for me, and that's why I'm not really bothered. I'd like to get a new one, a new more powerful one. That's why something like the Replay 2, hopefully it can do something like the Dreamcast, because I want Naomi and Dreamcast for like ease of use via an FPGA console, and that's really it. I don't really want anything else on FPGA. Honestly, anything that I want to play on PS2, I'm actually happy playing it on emulation. I'm all right playing it on emulation. I've got a PS2 as well, and you know, I've got a CRT I haven't got set up. I've got the PVM, so I can likely get that working on that at some point. But yeah, I'm honestly, like, my needs that I have for the PS2 are okay with software emulation. Same as Dolphin. Dolphin's such a good darn emulator. I don't feel the need. I know, Alan, if you're still in chat, I know you bought yourself a GameCube. Wicked, absolutely fantastic. Always worth having the hardware. But I'm really happy. I really like the Wii and the GameCube emulation via Dolphin. The only thing that I want via FPGA really is Dreamcast, and that's the ceiling for me. After that, anything else, if I do want to play it, original hardware or emulation. But for the most part, I want this older stuff, man. And I have to say, this Demon Front does look good. And what else have we got on here that we can kind of have a look at? So, well, I wonder if I haven't got the best PC, but we can have a look at Donpachi 2 B-Storm. So let's see how well that runs on my MAME. Okay. Am I spelling it right? Okay. I want Dodon. Okay. Is it going to give it to me? Okay. Where is it? Okay, I was hoping to kind of see it here, man, but I can't see number 2 here. No? Have I typed it wrong though? Oh, okay. Maybe it's all one word here. Have we got Donpachi 2? Oh, here we go. Donpachi 2. So is this one of the games? Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. We'll have a look at this. Might be a bit funny on your screen, guys, because okay. Okay. I don't even know how to begin rotating that on my version of on my version of MAME. So okay guys, if anyone's sending me a message, cool. I can't really go check it. Okay, so we've got cave stuff here. It's straight on my screen now. Is it straight on my screen now? I don't know. Okay, so we've got okay. Oh cool. Okay, it's kind of showing up straight now. Okay, interesting. Sorry guys, this is the view that we're getting. I don't want to play about with it too much because most of the game aren't going to be like vertical games, but we're wasting a lot of real estate. I get that, and I'm not gonna centralize it or anything. But B-Storm is whack though. Not an actual cave shmup, but it did make cave to back the making shmup. So got to respect it. Cool, Alex. Thank you. Always prefer information about the games. Let's have a little bit a look at a little bit of gameplay, and then guys, let's pick one more game from PGM. I don't mind what it is if we haven't seen it already. This kind of looks all right, to be honest, Alex. I've got to say, yeah, I'm digging it. I like the character you're controlling in here, or the ship you're controlling in here. What is it? A phoenix, you know, like a bird of fire. Looks fantastic. So yeah, guys, name one game on there, and if you really want, I can bring up the list if anyone's unsure. Oh, Ketsui. Okay, is that one of the games on PGM? If not, we could definitely look at it after. Oh, it is on here. Yeah, cool. Ketsui it is. All right, wicked. We will look at Ketsui. So let's do it. Let's do it. Ketsui, and here we go. Oh, okay. Is this another shmup? Is this Ketsui? Okay, cool. Wicked. Again, it would be really nice to get this stuff in, and yeah, we've got life left in our FPGA gaming consoles, man. And what's really amazing is, remember, obviously there is a ceiling somewhere, and there is going to be stuff that can't be done. Now, you know, what someone says may not work, may work later. And I say this because, you know, when I kind of first got into MiSTer, I heard people saying, oh, do you know what, Saturn's impossible, PlayStation's impossible, N64's impossible, and then it happened. So a lot of it depends on developer tricks, stuff that actually happens. So, you know, we may well get something that is considered impossible because someone realizes there's a way you can do it, or there's an additional bit of hardware that can go on something. We don't know. You know, hope is always there. Hopefully we can get awesome games, but when we look at some of the stuff that's running on the Saturn core, it looks on par with a lot of the stuff that's running on IGS and PGM. So guys, anything's possible, right? You know, oh, okay, let's have a look. What else? Oh, we got SNKK Kung Fu Masters. I know Kung Fu Master, right? We're gonna move away from PGM now. What I'm doing is I'm closing the tabs on Chrome. So I've only got ones that we haven't looked at. So we've gone through PGM, we've had a look at some of the games on there, but now SNK Kev, channel member and all around awesome guy. Oh, correction master. You know what? I wanted to have a look at Martial Masters. We didn't have a look at that. So we'll do one final PGM one. Thanks for the reminder there. SNK Kev. Definitely want to look at Martial Masters. Here we go. And then we'll move away from that. We can have a look. Oh, Kung Fu. All right. Okay. That's what you meant. Right. You meant Martial Masters. Yes. This big shout out to ATB555. What I actually need to do is I need to like reach out to some of my Street Fighter friends. There's another one called Kung Fu, spelled KUNGFOO. Good friend of mine. Really nice guy. We kind of became friends. I can't remember. We were talking on a forum or somewhere, and we were Street Fighter fans, and it turned out he wasn't too far from me. Then he got talking to another friend of mine, and we were like, oh yeah, I was speaking to this guy as well. I played him online, and he invited us around his house, and he was like, hey man, I've got like a super turbo board connected to a CRT, and it was going back to his house before COVID, this was, that we were like, wow, like we forgot what it was like to play on actual arcade hardware. So what happened then is we started going to the arcade. We started going to the arcade with this guy playing Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. That's when I wanted to buy a Super Street Fighter 2 arcade board, you know, with the sticks, everything to get it up and running. I was going to get a CRT, and what happened was, you know, that's when I found out about the MiSTer, and I was like, wow, you know what, I'm good with the MiSTer. That's what I want. I want the MiSTer. That's exactly what I want. I need the MiSTer in my life, and yeah, that's kind of like what I've got. Okay, so yeah, definitely some Third Strike drones UK. That's definitely something I want. That's probably my that's definitely my most wanted core. It's definitely CPS3. I've played Third Strike competitively. I've played it a lot competitively, right? I like it. Oh, Tato Type X. We'll have to look at that hardware. I'm not sure what's on there. Let me go and have a look at that. I don't know if I've got that up. Tato X, let's see. Oh, Tato X hardware. What's on that? Sorry, I'm looking. That might be some of the newer games. Oh, Chaos Breaker. Let's look at it. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Some of the stuff here looks very, very, shall we say, intense. It looks intense. I'm not sure if this will be doable on the current generation of stuff, but hey, who am I to, you know, kind of say otherwise? Not exactly sure. But again, Martial Masters looks fantastic. So yeah, this Tato stuff, this Tato X looks really, really good. Wow, okay, we've got a whole bunch of games on this system as well, man. Wow, okay, we've got the Raiden 3, Raiden 4 on there. In fact, Raiden's a good game. Let's have a quick look at, were we supposed to look at something else? Okay, I'll move over to Retro Arch shortly. In fact, let me, someone said CPS3. Oh, I'm actually wondering, is it worth looking at some good, no, okay, I would have had to start Fightcade and go into a replay. You know what, that might just be worth doing. So bear with me, guys. We're going to look at a little bit of CPS3. So while this is running in the background, I'm going to try and do stuff, and I'm going to try and get Fightcade running. And when I launch Fightcade, I'm going to go to replays. I'm going to try and get a replay going, and I'm kind of doing this stuff on the fly. So while you're looking at Martial Masters, I'm actually in Fightcade now. I'm going to go over to replays. Now I can close down Fightcade. And now let's look at all-time best. Okay, we've got some really, really good players. So Let me just put the sound really, really down for now because I don't want it damaging you guys. Okay, so now let's let me close this MAME down for now. And what I need to do, sorry guys, I've got Fightcade running, and you're going to see something in just a second when I add this window. So bear with me. And hopefully, here we go, guys. Hey, sorry, it's kind of got rid of the chat. So let me get the chat back on. So here we go, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. Let's give you some volume as well now, guys, because we want volume on this. So over here, you've got some top players playing this now. So the players that are playing this is a player called The Run and a player called Cruz. Now, these are very, very good players of Third Strike. Yes, really, really do want CPS 3. And what have we got on CPS 3? What we can do, while we're having a look at this, I can tell you the games that are available on CPS 3. So we've got JoJo's Venture, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Street Fighter 3 The New Generation, Street Fighter 3 Second Impact, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, what we're looking at here. And we're looking at like another game called Warzard, which is a weird kind of fighting game where you can have a lion versus a dinosaur. But yeah, it's got some very, very decent stuff on there. The main game being Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. Yeah, you know what? I think I've got them on my Fightcade. So if you're looking on a small screen, it may not look so great. And guys, this is me looking at a Fightcade replay. I just kind of went a little bit raggo with it, with how we do this stuff. And Third Strike is my biggest one. So the CHD, so for example, like it can run CHDs because I've got PlayStation games in CHD format, Saturn files in CHD format. But I think Katega was saying that if they were to do a Street Fighter 3 Third Strike or a CPS 3 implementation, they would likely use like the no CD version. So there's a ROM version. I think it's the one that Fightcade uses. It's the no CD version. So using like a small package rather than something with a massive CHT in there. So yeah, it could well be possible that we can we can get this on MiSTer. You know, if anyone can, Hatego can, and I'm really hoping we can get this on MiSTer. It really will complete the MiSTer for me. The MiSTer would, you know, I always say the MiSTer is king because of the versatility, the option to be able to use original hardware with it. It is just such a great device, and CPS 3 really will be the icing on top. You know, it'll be amazing if we could get that. Wow, man, these guys are badass at the game, man. I could just sit here watching this stuff. What we'll do is we'll watch this game and then we'll move over to it. But yeah, Third Strike is fantastic. I already like, guys, if you play this game or you want to get into this game, look up Fightcade, play it on Fightcade. It's amazing on Fightcade. Like, I play on Fightcade. In fact, I was playing yesterday when I was trying out my new stick that Pixel Memories sent me, or that I bought from Pixel Memories. Love the stick, absolutely fantastic, personalized Pixel Cherry Ninja stick that I've got. So yeah, good stuff. Okay, I kind of want Urine to win so we can watch another round. But with Urine, he only needs one chance, and he's got that set up. Biggest FPGA gaming once. Yeah, man, absolutely biggest FPGA gaming once. 2 versus 2 open chat. Here we go. Is Urine gonna do it? Look at, oh, is this gonna be it? Wow. Okay, I feel like he just got clipped in the kneecap. Okay, let's kind of close this down and let's now go back into MAME. So what we're gonna look at now, guys, is we're gonna look at the Caveman Ninja hardware because this has some interesting games on it. And let's go Caveman Ninja. Again, this will be a nice game. Data Reese done a whole bunch of good games, you know, RoboCop, 2 Crude Dudes, which I think is on this hardware as well. So Third Strike, nice was canalized. Okay, yeah, so this is very, very interesting. It's a fun game. It's fun. It's a fun bit of hardware. There's interesting games on this hardware as well. So this will be something interesting to get over, and no doubt this can come over to the MiSTer in the Analogue Pocket. I have no doubts that, you know, those devices can handle this. Again, don't take anything I say as gospel. I'm not a developer, you know, unless I had a developer that's telling me, yes, you know, we're working on this. I think someone was working on this. They announced that they're working on it 2 years ago, but it hasn't surfaced or anything like that. But hopefully this is something that can come over to FPGA gaming. I mean, look at that. Look how good it looks. The way you're riding those dinosaurs, man. The way you're getting them. You got like your little team attacks here. You know, who doesn't want to jump on a friend's head, chuck axes at someone, and then when your friend gets annoyed, he kind of picks you up and just tosses you away. Ooh, let me check my phone in case my wife has messaged me and said something. Okay. Nope, nothing there from the wife. We're all good for streaming at the moment. Love this game. Play this in my local as well. Yeah, so I played this game in fact, I can always be specific. So if you know North London, sometimes we do have people that know the area, like Ori the Retro Gamer, among the people that I remember. Also, Stowe, forget the username now, guy from Walthamstow, who knows you know, my area of London fairly well. So I remember playing this on a newsagent in Blackstock Road. There was a newsagent that realised the back of the shop, they had like a whole bunch of arcade games in there because it was full of kids playing all the time. And yeah, they had Caveman Ninja in there, and that was a good game. But you know what? There's other games on this hardware. Let's bring it up. Let's bring up Chrome, and here you go. So we've got it here. So we've got Caveman Ninja. You see him highlighted white, but you're not going to see my cursor. You're going to see Crude Busters, also, or Crude Buster, known as Two Crude Dudes. Dark Seal, Gate of Doom, Edward Randy, The Cliffhanger. A lot of people like this game. Yeah, it felt like a blockbuster movie, but it never, I don't know, I felt like it lacked something. Then we've got Mutant Fighter, Deathblade, Robocop 2, which is good. It's like a shoot along beat 'em up, man. Then we've got Vapor Trail, a game that many people like. So what we'll do now is we'll have a look at Crude Buster, because I think that's an important game. So here we go, Crude Buster, and this is a good game, and again, getting this core will be good. It'll be fun. Oops, sorry. I really should turn off Chrome, right? I had that on for a little bit too long. Sorry guys, flashy light warning, but that's just the game, man. It is just flashing. There's an explosion there. So again, Two Crude Dudes was wicked. Let's look. Cool. Terminator 2K2. If you're watching, got your message loud and clear received. When I finish this stream, yeah, I'll sort it out for you, buddy. No problem. Not something I can do mid-stream. Even though I am multitasking here to some extent, I think that one might just be, yeah, it might just be a little bit here. Okay, wow. Kind of got my phone having a look at stuff. I've just got an advert for KFC, guys. Just to let you know. For this stream and a lot of my streams, I do set the ads to be very conservative. So the least amount of ads I can do. If I don't do that, then I can't monetize it. So I have monetized this, and I've chosen there's either conservative, balanced, or aggressive. So I've gone with the conservative option, which is the least amount of ads that you can get. Now, I don't know what it is to me. The colors. Oh no, maybe that's just the way two-player looks, but again, like a blast of a game, man. Very cool, very fantastic. Another game that I kind of want to have a look at on this system is RoboCop. Now, RoboCop 2, cool, like it. Will never ever beat RoboCop 1, never in a million years, because RoboCop 1 I played in the arcade and I loved it a lot. RoboCop 2 is something I played on emulation, and I was like, wow, how come I never saw this in the arcade? And yeah, man, that's that drug sniffing robot, right? But this is a good game. Let me play something for a little bit of a change here. And again, this will be a fantastic release to get here. And let's have a look. Let me put the volume up a bit. And guys, yeah, if you're enjoying this content, press the like button. It really does help. Wow, okay, the sound might be a little bit too loud. Okay. Oh, okay. It's not my active window. Right, here we go. So look, one button fires left, the other button fires right, and I think there's a jump button as well. Here you go. Now look how darn good this game is, man. Very, very good. Says it's definitely a beat 'em up, and I like that it's got motorbikes near the beginning because that's what we had in RoboCop 1. But what I like here, look at this alleyway we're going into. It's going to turn into like a shooting thing here, man. You know, Cabal style. Well, that's one game we need to look at as well. We need to look at Cabal as well. Maybe we'll look at that next. This has reminded me of that, and it's on the cover. So, okay, not doing too great here, but this is a fun game. This is a very, very fun game. I think I completed this before I started covering FPGA. I was like, yeah, I completed this, you know, on the channel, just playing through it. Not 1cc, more like, you know, 10 or 20cc, continued quite a lot, probably more. So you go good. I can't remember if you actually go into an arcade here, which I think looks really, really good. I'm hoping the arcade is near the beginning. Wow, that guy's got more strength than me, man. I can't remember if we can get that gun. No, maybe not. That gun reminds me of Turrican a lot. Haha, love the grabs. Banging. The soundtrack for the original RoboCop is fantastic. So this is smashing the buttons here. Yeah, I'm RoboCop, baby. Nick's guns. Ah, man, I was hoping I was getting in the arcade instead of a gun shop. I think like someone should do a hack of this and just give it that. Yo, wicked Billy. Billy, funny story, right? Remember I was cloning my MiSTer SD card? Well, unfortunately, it turned a 1.5 terabyte SD card into a 512 SD card. So I had to format it, and I'm using that script that you were reminded me of, man. The migration stick, but I'm copying all 400 gig. So it's been doing it for hours. So hopefully by tomorrow morning it's done, and we can do that PlayStation. Yeah, we can do that PlayStation stream, right? And hopefully you're around. I know you said Saturday night was better for you. But yeah, it might be the Sunday morning one, provided that copying's happened, and I really hope it has happened. Okay, so we've got a boss here. Okay, now let's look at Cabal now. I was hoping we got to the arcade scene, but I can't remember where it is here. So let's now have a look at Cabal. Cabal was a lot of fun. So this is by the TAD Corporation, the people that did... the people that brought us Tokis, that same corporation there. And here we go. So this was really good. Again, a game that's very, very special to me because it was at the end of my road in the chip shop where I played RoboCop. They only ever had one game there at a time. And the only two games I can remember without really, really digging into my memory is Cabal and RoboCop. There may have been other games there as well, but Cabal and RoboCop I remember. Yeah, Billy, the migration, in fact, let me turn on my other screen. It's not going to interfere here. But the MiSTer's on there. Yeah, I've still got a capture card connected, but I'm not using the MiSTer. Let's see. Yeah, it's copying everything. Right now, it's copying Cyber Troopers Virtual On for the Sega Saturn. And the best speed I've seen it do is 11 megabytes a second. So I went on to, you know, when you go online and you do a calculator of how long will it take to download something at a specific speed. So when I did how long will it take to do 400 gig at 10 megabytes a second, I think it said like around 11 hours and 6 minutes or something, whatever I put in there. So around 11 hours 6 minutes, but I'm going to leave it on overnight. And then what I've got to do is I've got to put all the new PlayStation games on there, and then I'll have a whole bunch of PlayStation games on there. Just a little word of warning, Philly. I know you recommended me some rhythm and dance games. I tend not to put them on my MiSTer as a general rule, because every time I run one of them, I end up getting like copyright notifications for the sound thing, and it demonetizes the video. So I'm specifically staying away from any rhythm games, and there's no point me cutting out the soundtrack because that just defies the point of that game. But guys, this is Cabal. This is a fun game. Also a shout out to Grumpy Old Gamer, because I know he likes this game just the way I like this game as well. So that's very, very yeah, so a big shout out to him. A very, 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 very cool guy. Very, very helpful with a lot of stuff as well. Yeah, 1.81 rated of it. So yeah, you know what? It's cool. To be honest, for the MiSTer, it doesn't really matter. I guess it's just this part here where I'm doing the copying. But once that's kind of set, I'll only be doing like a little bit of copying here and there, but at least when I'm streaming, I don't have to worry about space. I can have a few hundred, yeah, I can have a few hundred gig of, you know, PlayStation games, Saturn games. I'm not limited to stuff. I do need to tidy it up though, by maybe removing the bin.q files and just sticking to CHD. But guys, yeah, this is Cabal. Remember, give me your wants as well. Yeah, if there's wants that you want, then we can have a look at those as well. Let's have a look at something that is coming up that Hotego mentioned is coming up very, very soon. And let's have a look at it. Okay, I think it's the Fairyland story. I forget with MAME. Here we go. So this is a game that's loved by many, and this is the Fairyland story by Tato. In Hotego's latest post, he kind of talks about this is the game that kind of like that before Bubble Bobble. So Bubble Bobble was inspired by this, and it's made by Tato, and it makes sense. So again, I like this. I played this on the MSX core in the Analogue Pocket, and I liked it. And I always like single screen platformers. So this is something that we should be seeing soon. We may even see it next Friday. Who knows? If everything goes well for Hotego and he gets this. So this is something that would be nice to get on FPGA gaming devices such as the MiSTer Analogue Pocket. But this one is closer to reality than most of the other stuff that we've seen in this live stream. So yeah, it may well be it may well be something that we'll be enjoying very, very soon. And it looks really, really good. I like the look of this game, and I liked it on the MSX as well. If you haven't, if you've got an Analogue Pocket, try it, the MSX core. It's an interesting system. There's a whole bunch of decent games for it, and this one being one of them. So what have we got here in chat? Nitro Ball. I don't know what Nitro Ball is, but we can have a look at that. Guys, remember, the games that you are saying, oh, here we go. Just keep them in expectation as to what the MiSTer Analogue Pocket is likely capable of doing. We don't mind, you know, this may well get done, or this may, you know, yeah, if it's like it's borderline, it might come out, it might not come out, cool. But if it's something where you're going to run like, I don't know, like Virtua Fighter 5 or something, you know, or like Tekken Tag, and you want that, I don't really want to run those. My PC probably can't run them anyway, and I very much doubt the MiSTer will be able to run them as well. Oh, wicked, Chris's retro gaming in the house, man. How you doing? Only game worth playing with fairies is Cotton, lol. Be nice and try this game. Never tried it. It's not a bad game. I tried it on the MSX core, but you know, Chris, I like those the single screen platform games. So Chris's retro gaming, just to let you know, dude, I did get your message. I did check my notifications and I did see it there, and I will sort that out straight after the stream. Haha, wicked. Okay, I can see Al telling you that I was streaming, so wicked. All good. Oh, I think I've also got a message from Scandal UK. How are you doing, man? Sorry, not going to respond to the messages, but I will respond to everything after the stream when I'm hopefully chilling out. So still checking my notifications more so. This game looks all right, man. Wow, this looks like a better version of like Smash TV, man. Wow, darn, this looks good. I might have to give this a little go, right? The most important notification I can get is a WhatsApp notification from my wife saying, you know what, I want to go sleep, because we were in a habit of getting up early, man. I was up at like 6:30 a.m. today. It was my day off. I was in Lidl by 7:25 a.m. with the boys so they could get early fresh bakery in the morning. So let's test this out. This looks good, man. Banging soundtrack as well. Okay, so sometimes when you play stuff on MAME, it has the right analog stick, so you're playing a twin stick shooter. Not in this case, it hasn't. Oh wow, look at that. Rainbow Ball Power. Billy, this game is good. Wow. Never heard of this. And this is what's amazing about FPGA gaming, guys. This is what's amazing about the potential of the MiSTer and the Analogue Pocket. There are so many games that we can still get and play. Wow, I love that rainbow shot, man. Hey, who don't want a guitar? And I've got missiles here. Guys, this is like the better version of Smash TV. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind Smash TV. It's like more of a SNES game than an arcade game for me, and the SNES controls work, but holy guacamole, man. This game is just wow, man. This game is good. Philly, I always knew you had exquisite taste for the most part. Sometimes you do like games that I think like, whoa man, I can't like that game. Hey, but that's not a criticism, man. We all have our niches. We all have stuff that we like and dislike. Right, let's have a look at the next game as well. Crime City for Scalinio. Let's have a look at Crime City. That might be London. Only joking. It's not actually that bad as what they say in the news. Crime City, it's not a game we've already got. I feel like I know this game. Let me take another sip of my drink, guys. Oh, it is like Outzone, isn't it? Yeah, Scalinio first. I like Outzone. I like Outzone a lot. It was a game I played in the arcade. Oh, Crime City. Now this rings a bell. Without a doubt, this rings a bell. While this is running, let me go over to System 16 and just put in Crime City so we can have a look at other games that appear on this hardware. And System 16, really, really good site. Okay, so this is Tato B hardware. Hold on a minute. I remember this game, guys. I've played this game. I've played this game in the arcade, man. Oh, wow. This has got a whole bunch of games on there, man. This has got a decent amount of games on there. Wow. Oh, you know why I want this hardware, guys? Because one of my janky games that I so want is on this hardware. Let me bring it up screen, guys. So the Tato B system hardware. And these are the games on there, right? You can see all these other games on here. Hit DIS, Master a Weapon, oh, Puzzle Bubble Buster, even Rambo 3. This is the game, guys. Rastan 2, man. Love that game. I know it's terrible, and you've got the maze parts in there that look terrible. We've got stuff like Silent Dragon, Sonic Bombman, and we've got Violent Fight. So again, decent games on here, decent system. I definitely remember Crime City. It's something I played. It wasn't local to me in the arcade, but it's definitely something I played. I would have put one coin in at one point and played it because I do remember this game. Then we've got like Puzzle Bobble. That might be the first version of it over here. So this is a good system to get. So who said this one out? Who mentioned this, man? Crime City. Scalinio, good system. We've got Rambo 3, which again is like Cabal. I remember seeing that. Not sure if I played it or not. Rastan Saga 2, man. I really like this game. I know the game is terrible, man, and I know it's a guilty pleasure, but I damn love this game. I used to play it in the arcade, man. Really good soundtrack as well, man. I feel, as this has been mentioned now, Ryujin as well. Selfina. Okay, that sounds like someone's name. Silent Dragon. Okay, yeah, that's that beat 'em up that's a little bit weird with some of the moves that you do, man. Sonic Blast, man. Remember that, where you had to punch the arcade machine? Whatever you do, don't punch your TV when you're playing this game. It won't end well. Tetris, Violence Fight. Okay, I think this came out for Arcade Archives recently. So what we'll do is we will have a look at Rastan Saga 2 because I like Rastan Saga 2. And the game's really not that great, and I feel like the police are here to arrest me because I want to play that game. So yeah, Crime City looking good. Where are you, Rastan 2? Rastan Saga 2. Yeah, we'll go the Japanese version, man. We don't need to read anything here. And this is, so if I have my biggest, jankiest want, it will be this. This will be one of them. This will be, yes, this is so janky. Like, I want this. I want this janky, and you can call me Spanky Spanky. I said it because it rhymed, but it made no sense. Love. I'm going to turn the sound up for this, man, because the sound is banging for this, man. And maybe it's just nostalgia for me. Oh, I always forget MAME needs, it's not like RetroArch. MAME needs to be like the active window. Banging soundtrack. I know it's loud. I'm going to put my headphones up a bit as well. Yeah, we're rocking on a Saturday night, guys. Look at that, I've got a big one. Oh, I want the claw. The claw. But, oh, here we go. Oh, it's gone. Come for me. What a soundtrack. I've used this on a weekly news video. You know, soundtracks that I like. Today's one was Double Dragon. No, I don't want. You've got block as well. If you move it up, so there's... Yeah, so want this game. Oh, I could have just ducked and hit him. Never mind. Yeah, love this game. Okay, and I'm dead here. Right, guys, I won't make you look at too much of this jankiness, but what we will do... Banging soundtrack. Right, someone said Gogoon. Okay, I don't know what Gogoon is, but we can certainly look at it. Okay, is that actually even a game, or is it... If it goes Space Goon, am I just... Okay, I can't really see that here. Maybe I've got that wrong. Oh, no, okay. Need to have a look at this as well. Superman. Okay, Drones UK, I have to spin my HD around as a CRT. Too heavy, okay. Cool, okay, what have we got? I would strongly recommend to play Bomb Jack on a CRT and turn your CRT on its side. I'll do it with Tron. Okay, cool. Wicked. Drones. It's a refreshing violence fight. Again, guys, what a banging game. Does it show you the intro in here? You know, when Clark Kent kind of opens that thing up and runs out there. Guys, this was, to be honest, it's not the best game in hindsight, but I really did like this in the arcade. This was a game that, it just rocked, man. It was rocked. Always more of a Marvel guy than DC, I think most people were. But yeah, this was banging, man. Absolutely banging to play. Like, what a great game. And this is something on the CRT, the nostalgia just kicks in. So really can't wait for that adapter to come in, man. Really, really can't. Right, let me have a look. It's 9:30 here. I'm just waiting for a text from my wife to say, boys are sleepy, but I know they're watching a movie. And what happens sometimes is I'm very respectful, and I'll tell her I'll finish my stream at 9, and I'll finish it, and they're up till bloody 10 o'clock. And I'm like, man, I could have streamed for another hour. So let's see where it kind of goes with my wife. But yeah, this is Superman. Are we going to get that intro? Let's see if we get the intro of Clark Kent going out. If not, I'm gonna run it myself by putting a credit in. I don't know if it starts like that. Could just put, no, it doesn't. Okay, so look, right, look, amazing. Now look at the beginning. Just look at this. That is amazing. Oh, you know what? New idea for an intro. That part there, he flies out, and he goes into the Pixel Cherry Ninja logo. But yeah, banger of a game, man. Also, like, you know, why walk when you can fly? That's an instant super, or an instant, sorry, charge of your special. Again, great game, absolutely great game. Let me exit this, and what else have we got on some of the particular hardware? So what we got here, okay, the Fairyland story we've had a look at. Oh, someone mentioned Mystic Warriors over on Hatego's Discord as a potential 90s unannounced release. I don't really know. I need to look at this. Maybe I know this game, maybe I don't. And hopefully it's here. Yep, Mystic Warriors. So now let's have a look at this one here. Hey guys, hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's having like a good Saturday wherever you are. For me, it's like 9:30 on a Saturday night. And this is what nerds do on a Saturday night. There was a time where by this time I would have been on another planet, man. Looking forward to like clubbing or getting ready to DJ, like going out, doing like pirate radios, and I don't know, being that social butterfly. Now I'm in the corner of my bedroom as a nerd streaming to my fellow nerds. Chris, we already covered that earlier on. We had a look at Rainbow Islands, man. Yeah, that would be a banger, and that's something that's on Hatego's radar. Again, not exactly sure when it will come out. Yeah, I don't think that's an 80s game, so that's not going to be like the random or the mystery 90s game. Someone said it might be this one, Mystic Warriors, or they took a guess. Again, speculation, doesn't mean anything, but I thought I would show it because someone mentioned it. Yeah, so Philip, I saw it got updated. I don't update every version, you know, I just update once in a while. I usually update if I get a new machine and I think, oh, I'm not going to copy my old version, I'll just grab myself a new version. Oh, okay, this reminds me of another game. Guys, in case I forget, Zero Team. Let me put that in chat myself as a reminder to myself. Right, These are just reminders from me. I don't forget. And Ninja Gaiden, which we can have a look at. So I want to have a look at the, was it Shadow Warriors? Because there's some weird games on here. Okay. There's also, was it Trio the Punch as well? Oh yeah, okay, we've got some other things here as well. Okay, yeah, I've seen this game. I know this is a game that many people like. So, oh, that's the Ninja Warriors. No, that's not what I meant. No, it's giving me the wrong one. I'm trying to find Tecmo. No, okay, I can't find it. Guys, do you remember that game? Does anyone remember Great Sunset Riders Like Clone? Okay, oh, that's very true. Yeah, it is very, yeah, looks good. Remember there was that game, was it Ninja Gaiden or Shadow Warriors? And you could be a blue ninja and a red ninja. You could climb on, like you could hold onto a lamppost and do a kick. And you could do that move where you jump and you press attack. And you do that kind of grab where you grab them on the neck and flip them. And I'm pretty sure it was a Tecmo game, but I can't remember the name and I can't find it. I can't find, I'm having difficulty finding it. I can't remember. Right, let's have a look. Oh, maybe it's, I'm looking at this one here. No, okay, cool, right. That's Actfencer. Okay, bear with me. Got Mystic Warriors. Okay, so Mystic Warriors, yeah, this looks like a fantastic game, but there's other games on here as well. There's a game on here called Violent Storm that I always hear people talk about. Let's have a look at Violent Storm. Oh, here we go, Violent Storm. And let's have a look at this. So really interesting games, and hopefully we'll get these. Hey dude, we got Shadow Dancer. Was it? Yeah, see, I can't find that. Yeah, that is the game, Ninja Gaiden Shadow Warriors, because I remember it being on the Atari Lynx. Okay, can we, is this gonna work? Okay, wicked. Hopefully that's loading up. I did press some buttons. It's saying okay. Ah, here we go, Violent Storm. So, okay, you know, Z-Force FFC, there was another game, I think it was called Tecmo Night. Let me have a look at that. Let me do a search for Tecmo Night. Oh wow, this game looks banging already. I like it. Tecmo Night, I think it was called Tecmo Night. And I think it's on that hardware. So if I find that, no, I can't find it on System 16. But hey, maybe we can have a look at Tecmo Night after. Let me put that in there for myself. And guys, if you want to see a game, that's the best way to put it in, the way that I'm putting it in there, because it just kind of stands out. So yeah, this game looks good, man. Violent Storm. Is this the one that VGE always goes on about? Oh, Tecmo Ninja Gaiden. Yeah, I tried that, you know, Unloved Homie for System 16. I'll try that again now though. No, I don't think it's on System 16. If it is, maybe it's just a little bit harder to find, but that's fine. I think the game I was looking for was a Tecmo Night. So let's see if we can find it here, because I kind of like the look of that game. Is it Tecmo Night? Yeah, here we go. This game's. It's one of them weird games that I like. It's just one of those weird games that I like along the lines of Trio the Punch, which I kind of like. Now, this is an interesting game. It's like you're a little guy that climbs on the shoulders of a giant. That's your main character. You can get off. You kind of turn into like different enemies. And these games were mega violent, man, for the time. Like, look at that. Like, wow. Now, I never saw this in the arcade. I played this like years and years later. But the ending screen on this, when you die, it's similar to that of that Ninja Gaiden, which I think is really good. To probably play Violent Storm, you have to be Boris. Okay, cool. Now look at that, man. 2-player. Can you see it? That the characters you are there, you're riding on the shoulders of that. And the boss on this, you fight like King Kong. King Kong is in this. He smashes a wall and he pops out. And guys, you can see why I have so much love for the arcade systems. There's so many arcade games that we can get on our FPGA devices. Like, honestly, MiSTer Analogue Pocket are far from dead. Even if newer consoles come out or new FPGA devices, as soon as a game that's doable on an older system becomes available, then why wouldn't they port it? It's the same principle when Hotego still supports smaller systems like the MiST. If a game comes out and it's doable on the MiST, then why not? Why not just run it on the MiST as well? So that's going to be awesome. Okay, that's a little bit too violent. Let's now go Ninja Gaiden, sorry. Okay, hopefully this is the right game that I want by Tecmo. Come on, baby. Looking promising. I'm pretty sure that was like the intro that we saw in the other one as well. Let me see. Did I press a button and something happened, or just have to wait here? I do like how you can press spacebar in yeah, this is the game. I do like how you can press spacebar in RetroArch to forward everything. So guys, I really like this game in the arcade. Look at this, like seriously, seeing this in the arcade. Now, guys, don't get me wrong, this is a janky game. It's not an amazing brawler by any means. This was on the Atari Lynx. You know, it was amazing on the Atari Lynx. I'll tell you what though, look at that ninja's butt. It is such a funny ass butt. Funny ass butt. Pun not intended, but I'll take it. Hold on. I'm sure there's a butt shot somewhere. Well, I'm like, why have they put the focus on the ninja butt? It happens somewhere. Does it happen here? No, maybe. Looking a bit peachy there. Maybe that's the one I was thinking of. Maybe it was exaggerated somewhere. Or was it somewhere else in the game? Okay, so it's literally Ninja Gaiden. Okay, cool. Right, here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and die quickly on this because the ending screen on this, you know how we like the ending screen for Final Fight? You know, the dynamite and him blowing up. Oops. Let me click on the main screen again. The ending, the continue screen for this was just amazing. Right, okay. I think there was a third button on this as well that lets you hang up. So, okay, that's the jump button. Right, they're just battering me up. I want to do that jump. Here we go. Look at that. That move was so epic. I remember doing that in the arcade and thinking like, wow. And not really great hit detection. You know, in this game, when you hit them, it doesn't, you don't get that douche dash, like it feels like you're hitting them, you know, like you're doing a Capcom game or Streets of Rage. Now, was there a third button that did it, or do you press? Here we go. Okay. Oh, now I need to work out how to get off. Please let me get off. How do I? Oh, here we go. Okay, I'm not going to go on that again. And you can't attack this. You need to lunge enemies on them in order to smash them. The button layout is really, really messed up. But I want them to kill me because I want to show you guys like the continue. Look at that continue screen, guys. That is seriously, guys. That is darn amazing, man. I have to say, what an amazing continue screen. Like I saw this. I remember seeing this in the arcade, and look at that. And that's what Tecmo did, man. They did this stuff here. And it just looked really, really good. So this was one of the games. Yeah, I'd love to see an FPGA core. Not the greatest of brawlers, but I did have a lot of fun in the arcade with it. And guys, this intro here is just wicked. The way the sword comes in, the shadow, the lightning, pure bliss. This makes a wicked GIF. If you ever, you know, put this in GIF format, it just looks wicked. And again, the intro here, you know, minus the butt shot, emphasis on the ninja butt. But here we go. And we are now going to have a look at, let's have a look at another one that I'm looking forward to, which is, yeah, Zero Team USA, baby. USA. Hey, Drew, how are you doing, man? And Respergu, hello again. Wicked. Hold down, insert coin. Ah, okay, hold down insert button to forward. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, Oh, the insert button on my keyboard, yeah? Oh, okay, that's interesting. Cool, thanks. Where is insert on my laptop? I don't have a keypad. I think I usually use insert via the keypad. So, not even sure if I have that button or where it's hidden away. So, this is Zero Team USA. Let's give this a quick play because I really love like the opening for this game. Like some of these games, the openings are what make it. So you've got 4 characters to pick out of. Again, banging soundtrack. I'm glad it's allowed here. I think she was like my favorite one, if I remember correctly. We got Big O, Speed, Ace, everyone. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at the way the ninja's grabbing that lady, man. Like it just looks so wicked. It's very reminiscent of those 80s movies, man. Yeah, she's really, really fast. Look at that. Flick anything with that hand, man. I mean, hey, nice to meet you. Look at my hand action. Right, okay, she's a strong girl. I think she can pick up a scooter. And it's got jiggle physics. What is there not to like about this game? This will be a great addition to FPGA gaming, a fantastic game. And I'm remembering games as we go along. I did take some notes, but I'm remembering stuff. Guys, I'm going to end this in 20 minutes max, right? Because, yeah, it'll be 10 o'clock here, and I'll definitely need to put the boys to bed if they've stayed up that long. And I will check to see if my wife has texted in between, just to say you need to wrap it up. Look at the special. Again, great stuff here with this game. Really do like the intro for this game, you know, like the way the truck kind of carries off that female hostage, you know, with the ninja kind of holding on with one arm to a ladder on the back of the vehicle. Sorry, whatever that vehicle's called, like a van, sorry. Yeah. And then with the other hand holding the lady, man. Like that takes a lot of power, man. That definitely takes a lot of power. Right, before I forget, let's look at another game. And I think this is a game you guys are all gonna agree you would like. Yep, the Ninja Kids. This is fantastic. So another Tato game, which sounds like potato. Oh, you usually have to download 70 gig set. Oh, okay, cool. Let's have a look. Yeah, my name's not too big. It's definitely under 120 gig because I remember I've got the whole set on a 128 micro SD card on a different system. Hey guys, a lot of people are coming in. We've got like 50 people watching live. Really do appreciate you guys dropping by. If you do enjoy this kind of content, hitting that like button really does help. But we are going to be ending in you know, maximum amount of time we're going to be live is 20 minutes. I'm just checking my phone to see if my wife has sent me a WhatsApp. She hasn't, so we are good enough for rock and roll, but I need to look out for her message. My full MAME is up to 1.27 terabyte. Wow. So you've got the CHDs for stuff that you want. I tend to just leave them. The CHD stuff I play on Final Burn, what is it? Final Burn Neo. Yeah, guys, this game's fantastic. Absolutely love it. Just love the art direction. Everything about this game is cool. When you play this game, the bosses, the fights, everything about it is just absolutely like amazing. Charlie Ninja, please. All right, we're going to do Charlie Ninja next. Just for you, Philly. I don't know the game, but yeah, let's have a look at this. But yeah, guys, this would be a good contender for this game. What I will do before we do Charlie Ninja, let's just go to System 16 and let me put in the Ninja Kids. And just see what hardware. Okay, so this is, oh, the Tato system. Okay, I'm always on about the F3 hardware. Let me bring this up on your screen, guys. And so we can have a look. Okay, so we're now looking at the Tato F2 system hardware. So this has got a decent bunch of games on here, man. Okay, Dino Rex, that's like one of the worst fighters out there. Final Blow, that game just blows. In fact, let's just go down so we can see the screenshots as well. So baseball game, Dino Rex, proper rubbish game. Final Blow, better than Dino Rex, but still kind of crap, man. Even though I did play it a few times. Okay, Growl, that kind of looks all right. Looks like a brawler. What else have we got here? Gun Frontier, can't go wrong with a vertical shmup, looks decent. Oh, Liquid Kids, this game is fantastic. Again, I think I played this on the Saturn. It's out for different systems. Mahjong Quest, don't care for it. If it's your thing though, Chicken Wing, it could be your thing. Okay, what we got here, Majestic 12. Again, Tato F2 system. This will be a great system to get. Not only do we get Ninja Kids, but we get like horizontal shmups like Mega Blast and all these other games you're seeing here. Quiz, Chikyu, Buyen. It's always nice to get translations of these. Kind of interesting. And then we've got Quiz Crayon Shinchin, Quiz Crayon Shinchin Otro, Quiz HQ, hey, And Quiz, okay, so Quiz HQ kind of reminds me of Chase HQ. That's very interesting title. Quiz, okay, quiz games, quiz, Solitary Fighter. This guy fights on his own. The Ninja Kids, what we're kind of looking at here. So we have got some good stuff on this system, but right now I need to see to my bro Philae, who wants to see what was it again? What was it? Charlie Ninja, please. Let's go Charlie Ninja, please. I'll take it please isn't in the title. We'll just go Charlie. Oh, here we go, Charlie Ninja. Okay, let's have a look at this. Again, don't know anything about this game. Is it an oldie? Is it a goldie? Or is it like a newer game? Okay. Wow, this is looking good. I kind of like it already. Yeah, good intro. Good stuff. So guys, Philae streams a lot of MiSTer FPGA stuff as well. He's got a good channel where he's very skillful at like Tetris and Street Fighter Mix, which is a hack of Champion Edition. Okay, attack, jump. What does jump and attack do? I imagine that's okay. That's interesting. Like I feel like I've played or seen this game, but at the same time I feel like I haven't. Right, okay, it's still copying, man. My MiSTer's still copying, it's still doing all the Saturn stuff, so I'm going to leave that overnight, and I really hope by tomorrow morning it's done. It definitely would have been over 11 hours. I don't think it's been 11 hours yet, so maybe close to midnight it'll be done, and then I'll put all the PlayStation games on there, and maybe do a PlayStation stream tomorrow celebrating Robert Pape's excellent achievements. So when I do the developer showcases, I feel like some of them are going to be rather than doing like everything the developer does, something like Robert Pape will look at one core at a time, and that way we can kind of get more different streams out of it as well. So we can do, we can do GBA, we can do PlayStation, we can do Tego CPS2 core, so we can have a look at like individual cores and kind of go through them in live streams, because at the moment, just with time restrictions, I'm mainly doing the weekly news video and the live streams on the weekend. I will start doing videos again during the week, but I have been kind of busy working in particular with my cousin on stuff. But I feel like that project, or what I was working on with my cousin, is coming to an end. Things are looking good on that front, like really good. So I might be finishing up with that project soon. But yeah, man, a lot of stuff doable on there. Let's have a look at this. Is a really weird game that I really like. Like it's such a weird game. It's this one here, and yeah, this game I just kind of fell in love with it when I saw it. It's just so weird. Yeah, you know what? Good point there. That last game did look like the Garfield kind of style artwork. Again, let me go back to my phone and check it. Make sure I haven't got a message from my wife. I haven't, which means I can still stream. Again, guys, this is a weird thing. This is where like you get cursed by a sheep, you become a sheep, you fire sheep brains at people. Again, very weird game, weird soundtrack, very weird arcade game, very weird. But it's just, look at it. I mean, look, you turn into a small guy, you turn into, yeah, you're getting shrunk by a giant foot. And I hope it does show a lot of the other stuff that I've seen regarding this game as well. It is just wacky weird. You've got like a Wheel of Fortune or a Wheel of Misfortune, depending on how it ends. Like when whoever designed this game, they must have been on like LSD when this happened. And hopefully it will show different parts of the game. But this is one of those weird games that I really do think would benefit coming over to FPGA. Again, really mad. I think we're gonna have something squashing us again from the top. Look, that's your special there. It's just wacko. Look, now you've got a hand squashing you and you're punching it with a fist. Like, this game is just wacky. Again, love the soundtrack. Soundtrack is just wacky as well. We'll watch one more part of the attract mode because seriously, it is just mad. Ooh, Cho Iniki vibes. Oh, Cho Iniki is that the one where it's that horizontal shmup where you got like all naked people, man? Crazy. Okay, so hopefully it'll show us the last character now here. I think it does. That's good. Good attract mode where it goes through at least a cycle of all the characters. There you go. You've got a character here with a sword. Dude, the sword's on fire. Again, like just very weird stuff. It shrunk you. I'm fireballing you with my sword. It's just wacko. It is wacko jacko, man. It is nuts. What else have you got on here? So this is on the Act Fencer hardware. Without looking at the hardware, I do remember Act Fencer. Oops, sorry, typo there. I'm thinking that should have come up straight away. Here we go, Act Fencer. This is a tough game. So this was in a bowling alley called Rowan's that I used to frequent, and it was there. And yeah, I used to like this game, man. I only played it like once or twice, but when you play it now, it's manic, man. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of stuff coming at you that you need to kind of go for. So again, just going back to the MiSTer Analogue Pocket, guys, so much, like, you know, don't have the Aladdin syndrome where you think, you know, there's something new coming out so you can get rid of your old lamp for a newer one. What we have with the MiSTer Analogue Pocket is absolute treasure. We've got software emulation to enjoy all this stuff, but when we get our FPGA implementations, guys, it is epic. Like, it is amazingly epic. It is so good. So we have got gold, we have got good, and there's just so much damn potential with it, man. And getting all this stuff on there will be amazing. Let me have a look at my web pages, what I have got open with other stuff on there. But the Tato F2 is a good system. Oh, in fact, while we had a look at the Tato F2, let's have a look at something on the Tato F3. In fact, even before the Tato F3, let me show you guys, I think it's called Guardian Force. And here is one thing that I have to tell you, that guys, this game here, Guardian Force, ooh, okay, right. My wife has messaged me, right, give me a second. I think it's this game here. And guys, I have to say, this plays better on the Sega Saturn core. There's let me just tell my wife, give me 10 more minutes. Bear with me, guys. Trying to send a text while I'm doing this. Oh, okay. And hopefully this is the right game. If this is the game that I'm thinking of, it's better on the Saturn core as far as input lag goes. Then, yeah, this is the game. Yeah, it plays better on the Saturn core than on MAME. So if the Saturn core on the MiSTer FPGA, this is very, very snappy. It's very, very good. But the arcade version here on MAME, like, there was a lot of latency when I was playing it. Like, honestly, compared to playing on the Saturn, like, it just felt very, very off. So the Saturn version of this game, it plays like a dream. It's so darn good, man. And it'll be amazing to, oh, sorry. Sorry about that, my guys. Let me turn that off. As you can see, it's going late, man. Thank you for that, man. Sorry, I need to keep an eye on the screen there as well. Yeah, let's have a look. So apologies for that, guys. I feel really embarrassed about that, but never mind. Thank you for pointing that out, man. I just sent a friend request. Mine is, oh, wicked. Oh, nice to see you guys are getting on with one another, man. That's super awesome. My wife has reacted. 10 minutes, guys. So I've got a few minutes left of this, and yeah, so that's Guardian Force. Okay, so what we will have a look at, we'll have a look at the Tato System F3 as well. But this is a really good shmup, guys. You can rotate your barrel around on the Sega Saturn core. It just plays really, really well. It plays where, like, ANC rotate your turret clockwise and counterclockwise, and you've always got a shot that's firing up. So it's always firing up. It is such a great game, just needs to be played. But let's have a look at this, and this is something Racky's working on, but it may be still some time away. And we're talking elevator action returns. And I mean, if you play this on a Sega Saturn core, you can't go wrong. It is just such a great system. Has a very, very good intro as well. So, and hopefully it boots up and it's not a game that has issues. Ah, here we go. Wait a moment. Need to be a little bit patient. Ori the Retro Gamer. Good evening, bro, man. Just, okay, yeah, we can run Osman. I think that's like the Strider kind of game from what I remember. But no problem, Scalina. We'll have a look at that next. But yeah, Elevator Action Returns. Fantastic game. Guys, play this now on the Sega Saturn core. It seriously is that good. It is an amazing game. And this is on the Tato System F3. The Tato System F3 has got lots and lots of games on there, man. Lots and lots of games. In fact, what we will do is we will have it up, and hopefully I can remember to turn my browser off. But the Tato F3 hardware, man, has a lot of games on there. So let's have a quick look at this. Hopefully the game will just start. But we'll have a look at the games on here. And you can see there's a whole bunch of games. And then I think what we'll do is we'll look at Osman last, and then we'll do a wrap. Yep, so Filet, Osman, Cannon Dancer. Yeah, that's the last game we're going to have a look at. I just want to look at the in-game for elevator action before I bring up my browser and have a look at Tato F3 and before we move over to Osman. So again, what an epic start. Like this is like, you know, when you played the original Elevator Action, which was way far behind from a technological standpoint, even though it was a great game, and then you look at this, man, and you think like, wow, like what a sequel. It's like the difference between the original Contra and Contra 3, you know, like big. But bringing up my browser now, and hopefully remember to turn it off. But the Taito F3, Arabian Magic, Arkanoid Returns, Bubble Memories, Bubble 2, amazing stuff. Cleopatra Fortune, Command War, Darius Gaiden extra version, Elevator Action Returns, Geki Rinden, Global Champion, also known as Kaiser Knuckle, Dan Cougar. We've got Grid Seeker, like a massive system. Look, 3 pages of games here. We're definitely going to look at them all before we go over to Osman. Okay, Hat Trick Hero, I do recall this game. Hat Trick Hero 94, if you're into your soccer stuff. Hat Trick Hero 95, soccer's definitely popular, or we call it here football. Kirimeki Star Road, hey. Landmaker, okay, looks like a puzzle-ish game, puzzle strategy. Lightbringer, okay, we always like a bit of light. I prefer light to dark, and whatever this is, some kind of quiz game. Pop and Pop, Prime Time Fighter. That's probably just a janky game. No idea if it's any good or not. Pucci Garrett Puzzle Bobble 2, Buster Move Again. Okay, and what are we looking at here? Right, Puzzle Bobble 3, Puzzle Bobble 4, whatever this is. Quiz Theatre, Rayforce, fantastic game as well. We've got Recall Horn, Riding Fight, Ring Rage, Space Invaders 95 for the Space Invaders lovers, and Space Invaders DX, Super Cup Finals, Twin Cobra, or like Twin Cobra 2, guys. This is wicked, really good on the Saturn. Play it on the Saturn, it's wicked. The zoom in and zoom out on Twin Cobra 2 is just fantastic. So, and then we've got Twin Kicks. Let's see if we can get 2 games. We've got 5 minutes. The other game I want to have a look at next, guys. Let me turn off the browser. Oh, and has it left me? It has left me, I think. I think it's the idea's just left my head. Right, let's go Osman. Maybe I can remember it after. So here we go. Right. So this was a Strider clone from what I remember. If I'm thinking of the name game, it must be, yeah, Cannon Dancer. This was released for the Nintendo Switch recently. I have to say I prefer Strider because I played Strider in the arcade, but this game's good. It is quite a tough game as well, but it is a decent game. Ring Rage, okay, we may be able to get one in. I had one in mind, man, and it's just completely left me. That would have been superb to kind of check out. So absolutely awesome. I hope everyone has enjoyed the stream so far. I'd love to stream for longer, but you know, on the weekend or like most nights, I do put my boys to bed, and because it's Saturday, they've been up late. They'll stay up until they will conk out and fall asleep. But you know, the kids have to go sleep. But tomorrow they can have a lie-in, man. That's all good. I don't have to do anything early. I'm like the guy that kind of gets everyone out early, or gets everyone up early, should we say, because I'm used to getting up early. But hopefully my memory card will be migrated to the 1.5 terabyte, and maybe we can do a PlayStation stream tomorrow. Big shout out to Philly, man. That always helps me in the background as well. Again, this game looks good, man. This game looks really good. Yeah, maybe I should give this a shot, but it is tough from what I remember. Philly, if all goes well, maybe 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, but everything can change, man. Like I said earlier, the weekly news video was delayed because I had to take my mum to hospital. Not exactly sure what's up. It's so difficult to get information from someone with dementia. So lucky for me, I've got cousins that seem to do everything. My cousin's like works at my GP. You know, she's a doctor there, so she was actually working on Saturday. So I went and picked her up and took her and my mum to the GP, and she saw her. She's made some referrals. So mum's not in like crazy pain and stuff. So hopefully everything's good tomorrow and I can stick to plan. But we see what happens. Right, we got like, let's do 2 more minutes, and Ring Rage, Z-Force. Ring Rage is going to be the last game we're going to look at. And again, just talking about like where we are in FPGA gaming, man. We're so spoiled. We've got so many awesome arcade games, cores, and I guess like, yeah, we can look forward to more. Now, remember, what we had a look at in here is very subjective. Some of it may come out, some of it may never ever come out, some of it may not even be possible on devices like the MiSTer and the Analogue Pocket. But hey, you know, this is what we're looking at. We're looking at there's so much stuff left in MAME. There's so much stuff out there that potentially could come over, and I have to say the vast majority of the stuff that we looked at today, I strongly believe can come over to FPGA, you know, should people be willing to do it. Now, I have got a developer that I speak to that's kind of going to show me a way that can get people that aren't, you know, necessarily developers into developing into development, and I need to learn a few things, and if that happens, we will have a look at that. But guys, you know what, my wife is super awesome, so before I get her wrath, what I am going to do is I am going to end this stream here. So thank you for everyone that stopped by. Hopefully in around 12 hours I'll be doing another stream. I do intend on doing a PlayStation one if everything goes to plan, celebrating Robert Pate's excellent core. But thanks again everyone that attended the stream, watched the stream, commented, liked. If you haven't pressed the like button, it really does help. But yeah, super amazing guys. Be absolutely awesome to one another. Can't thank you guys enough. You're all awesome. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja out, guys.